Annalise Marie Frank, also known as Anne Frank, was born on June 12, 1929, in the city of Frankfurt am Main in Germany.
She is known for her books The Diary of a Young Girl and Tales of the Secret Annex. Her diary was written during the Holocaust. The Tales of the Secret Annex was a collection of occurrences of their hiding and stories Anne had written.
She lived with her father Otto, her mother Edith, and her older sister Margot.
The Frank family moved from Germany to Amsterdam in 1933, where she lived most of her life. By 1944, the Germans had invaded the Netherlands and began persecuting Jews.
Anne attended the Montessori School for Jews. She was a good student, although she talked a lot.
Just like Clara and Shauna.
Anne's family was trapped in Amsterdam by the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands. Since Anne's family was Jewish, they had to learn to live with all the new restrictions placed on the Jews.
Anne received her diary, which was actually an autograph book, on her 13th birthday in June 1942.
She and her family went into hiding after Margot received a notice to report to a work camp. The family left a note saying they were going to Switzerland to fool anyone who would look for them. They walked several kilometers from their house wearing many layers of clothes so they wouldn't be noticed.
Her family moved into their hiding place, which was a small secret annex above and behind her father's workplace.
The only employees who knew of her family in hiding were Victor Kugler, Johannes Killman, Miep Guys, and Ben Voskolji. These people were the ones to get food for the family and give them information about what was happening in the outside world.
On July 13, 1942, the Franks were joined by the Van Pels family, Herman, August, and 16-year-old Peter. Later, in November, another friend of the family, Fritz Pfeffer, moved in with them.
Before receiving her diary, Anne wanted to become an actress because she loved to watch movies, even though Jews weren't allowed to go to the theater. After Anne began to write in her diary, she decided she would rather become a journalist. Her diary entry on Wednesday, April 5, 1944, explains her change of heart.
I finally realized that I must do my schoolwork to keep from being ignorant, to get on in life, to become a journalist, because that's what I want. I know I can write, but it remains whether to be seen if I really have talent. And if I don't have the talent to write books or newspaper articles, I can always write for myself. But I want to achieve more than that. I can't imagine living like Mother, Mrs. Van Daan, and all the women who get about their work and are forgotten. I need to have something besides a husband and children to devote myself to. I want to be useful or bring enjoyment to all people, even those who I've never met. I want to go on living even after my death, and that's why I'm so grateful to God for giving me this gift, which I can use to develop myself and to express all that's inside me. When I write, I can shake off all my cares. My sorrow disappears and my spirits are revived. And that's the big question. Will I ever be able to write something great? Will I ever become a journalist or a writer? Anne Frank.
Her final entry was August 1, 1944. On the morning of August 4, 1944, the Nazi police discovered her family's hiding place.
Children younger than 15 were sent directly to the gas chamber, but Anne was 15, so she was sent to the concentration camp. She was forced to be stripped naked, be disinfected, and she had to shave her head and was tattooed with the identifying number on her arm.
By day, the women were used as slave labor, and Anne was forced to haul rocks and dig rolls of sod. By night, they were crammed into overcrowded barracks. Margot had typhus, a disease caused by infected insects like lice, fleas, or mites, but died from falling off a bunk, while Anne died of typhus only days later. By the end of March of 1945, both of the Frank sisters were dead.
Her father, the only Frank to survive the Holocaust, published the first version of her diary in 1947. You can find a memorial for Anne and her sister at the Bergen-Belsen camp.